get ready. Let's get it started. So we have Shopify Rebellion Lambo and Team Liquid Clem, who just drank a little bit of water. And you may say this was like a recovery moment for Clem, because I've heard that you were sleeping backstage a little bit, and I wonder if you perhaps did you sleep well? Did you have any dreams?
Yeah, I had a nice little nap, and now I'm powered up, ready to roll.
Sounds good. Do you do power naps during longer tournaments such as this, or is it like this tournament thing?
Usually I don't, but with the flight situation and everything this morning, I kind of had to, yeah.
All right, and Lambo, you seemed extremely tired, especially when you were losing 2-0 to Skilos. And I wonder, like, does exhaustion affect you at all? You were more and more tired, yet you pulled reverse Uno on Skilos, and I don't know how.
Yeah, I think I'm still fine. I'm still fine. I'm a bit tired, but maybe one more series. But I don't want to keep, like, I keep playing 2-1, 2-1, 3-2, 3-2. It's like time for a 3-0.
Time for a 3-0. I've heard that these guys will switch races for the map one, so get excited for that. And please shake your hands and let's go with the lower finals.
And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Hope you all enjoyed that lovely brutal OSC as we returned with the lower bracket finals. Oh boy, we're almost to the finals. 2 series left, 2 series remaining here tonight. Again, it's been an intense broadcast here, an intense day of StarCraft. 11 hours. We're 11 hours in, and we still got more to go. Let's go. I'm telling you, 14 hours. We'll make it, man. We'll make it. Let's go, baby. Let's go. As we are setting up, we are getting ready here for the lower bracket finals. Vetoes are done. Game 1 is going to be on Tokamak. Game 2, Ultra Love. Game 3, Maganatha. Game 4, Leylands. Game 5, if we get there, Torches as well. As again, we are jumping into our fresh best of 5. Likewise, we heard a little bit from the players. Lambo saying that he's a little bit tired, a lot of it due to the fact that a lot of his series has been going to the ace match, right? He's been getting a lot of ace matches, a lot of game 3s, a lot of game 5s. So Lambo a little bit fatigued, but he will get there. Of course, he will get there, I'm sure. Meanwhile, we see Clem also stepping into the ring as a heavy hitter. Did go down to Rainer in a very fast series, but now he's here at a chance at revenge. Also, he had like a couple of hours to nap. He could have napped it a little bit. He could have had a little bit of rest in the lead up to this series. Here we go. It is go time. Players are ready. Lobby has been made. You can hear the beeps. We are loading into the first game of the series. Let's go. Let us go. Likewise, long day for 10K. I mean, yeah, I mean, let's go. Of course. I mean, they've played for longer for less. What are you talking about? Of course, a shout out to of course the sponsors to the event. I know the Streamer Zone, they came in and they did help boost the prize pool. I want to say like the prize pool for like the House Galactic Battles was like maybe half this, if not less. So again, the passion is real. Here we go. Spawning in the right-hand corner of Tokamak, we have the German Terran player. We have the German Terran. We have the blue Terran rep. Wait. I was like, hold up, what's going on? Okay, let's go. For the first time, I'll be honest, I've casted a lot of off races. I've casted Dark play Terran. I've casted Hero play Terran. I don't think I've ever casted this player here play Terran. Let's go. In the right-hand corner, we have the German, typically Zerg player, but now the German Terran player representing Shopify. It is Lambo. And spawning in the bottom-hand corner, we have the French, typically Terran, now the French Zerg player. For Team Liquid, it is a Clem. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is a Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Now, this is going to be an interesting one. first things first. I'll be honest, I've never seen Clem Zerg, and I've never seen Lambo's Terran. Now I do know that Lambo, he's got like the Harambro stream, right, where he and Harstem, they like coach each other, and I think Lambo teaches Harstem Zerg and Harstem teaches Lambo Protoss. I know that they do content like that together, true, for their YouTube channel and just for content in general. I don't know if I would, you know what I would love to like Mark thrown into the ring, and you know, you have like Uwumbo. You have like you Thermal and Lambo like making content together, and you have you Thermal coaching Lambo Terran. Is maybe that's already a thing, maybe, I don't know. If it isn't, it should be. So what I'm getting at is, I don't know if anyone's been coaching Lambo Terran. I don't know how good Lambo's Terran is. I don't know what to expect. Same with Clem. Obviously, Clem, his Protoss is some of the best in the world. True. So his Terran is the best in the world. How good is his Zerg? How good is it? I don't know. We're about to find out. Oh boy. Hatching Spool, standard opener here out of Clem. Meanwhile, standard opener out of Lambo as well, going for a third TC before starport. Everything so far is looking normal. Everything so far, so good. I would imagine that they're both GM with their off races. I would imagine they're both around 5k, maybe 5.5, depending on how much off race they play. I know that Lambo, to be fair, I know that Lambo, he does off race like as a warm up whenever he streams. I think he does like 1 or 2 off race games, and then he does proper ladder. And no, yeah, now that I think about it, I think I've seen, not on Lambo's stream, I think I've seen Eva beat Lambo's Terran before on stream. On Eva's stream, true. So I think I've seen that, yeah. So Lambo, he does typically, like do like 1 or 2 like warm-up games with Terran before like jumping into the ring, and then laddering with Zerg and streaming with Zerg. True. So we'll see. We shall see. And so now it is going to be interesting. Okay, so we don't go for the Atom Sword. We're going to be going for a Liberator opener instead. Lambo, he does rotate, and again, Clem is going to try to keep up. So if I mean, we're loading into Tokamak, this is a Zerg map. To be fair, like Clem is going to be a little more comfortable here. One drone going to be going down. Does fully wall up. Does pull back to his third. So far, good reactions here by Clem. Doesn't lose anything major yet. $5.5k off race. I'm for 3.5k to diamond. I mean, I'm pretty sure these guys are around 5.5, around that. I think that's a healthy estimate, based on what I remember from seeing Lambo play against Eva. I would say maybe 5.8k on a good day. Maybe 5.8k. Here we go. For now, though, poking in. Liberator does rock up here towards the right hand side. Interesting location for the lair. Very interesting. As we're going for our double Eva chamber into Ling Bane. So it looks like a Ling Bane set up here. Meanwhile, thankfully, I was about to say that often when players off race, they abuse what they dislike playing against. And I was like half expecting mech and like battle mech out of Lambo, but he's not doing Clem dirty, thankfully. He's going into bio, not mech. Thank God. Actually, now that I think about it, before I get ahead of myself, I was gonna say, no, yeah, this could be the setup for an ARAX. Oh, that would make sense. I was saying that is in line with what I was getting at when it comes to what is difficult and what you dislike playing against. An ARAX is very much so most likely what Lemba's been doing when it comes to off racing. Yeah, true. It's gonna be a tough hold for Clem. I don't know how much experience Clem has against that. We'll see. For now, we're getting up to 5 Raxes. We do have our 1-1 upgrades on the horizon here. Lambo is going to be saturating on 3 bases, and then we're expecting 3 more Vaxes. That's what I'm expecting, at least, to see a line of 3 extra Vaxes here, and to see Lambo go for a 3-base all-in. For now, he is going to be poking out. Meanwhile, Clem going for Lingbane Hydra. Okay, does go for the Hydra Den. 4th base is throwing down as well. Clem getting fully saturated. I will say that Clem's 4th base is a little bit late. True. So it's a bit of a later 4th base for Clem. Meanwhile, laying around by here on the right-hand side. Do you see Lambo not fully in position? SCVs are going to be going down. Yeah, it does get in. Lambo pulls away. So there are reinforcements. He will hold back at home. He will hold on. Tanks are set up. We have Hellions behind this to protect. And Lambo, he's getting a 4th CC. Never mind, he's not going all in. So 4th CC is on the way. He is not A-Raxing. Getting an armory for 2-2. From here, he can then take gases to get a 2nd factory. Hellbats do morph in. Again, the purpose of these Hellbats are to protect the flank against a Ling run by or a Ling counterattack. So you want them in the back line to protect the tank. Marines, they stim in, they get 1, they get 2. Where are the transfuse? Yeah, late transfuse here by Clem. 2 queens do go down. There is some Lingbane to work with. We'll see how well Lambo can split. So far it does. Oh no! Oh, Bailey to crash on forward. Yeah, 1 big connection. Aye, aye, aye. Yeah, Bailey does connect. Lambo, calm down. Now he's getting up to 8 Raxes. Now he takes his gases. Now he takes the 2nd factory. And he's building up into a longer game. And Clem is holding. Clem, he is holding on. Playing with fire as he has a really low Bailing count. Where are the rest of the Bailings? Thankfully, though, Lambo, his army is overstimmed. Reinforcements have arrived. Again, the Bailing count is really low here for Clem. They're across the map. I was curious where they were morphing in. 8, 9 SCV kills is nice damage, but again, the main army here is looking quite weak. It's very Hydra heavy. Going for another Ling counterattack. Playing a safe bust into the mineral line. Oh my god, almost getting a kill. Almost getting a kill. Likewise, the main counterattack here is being set up. Lambo fanning out. As he does get caught out. Yeah, better connections here from Clem. Again, I'm really concerned for Clem just because the Bailing count is quite low for him, at least when it comes to his main army on the right hand side. But he connects well, despite having the bare minimum. Once again, as he distracts Lambo, we do come in for a counterattack. But the planetary is ready. Lambo, so far, he does hold. Does hold on. Both players are maxing out. We just see that Clem is taking up into lurkers. Meanwhile, Lambo, he's not quite ready for that. Lambo, he's very marine tank heavy. Where are the Ghosts? Ghost Academy just now has begun. So Ghosts are a ways away. But we're locking in. We're going to be here for a while. Here we go. Clem is going to be zoned back. It's going to be zoned away. Hive is now finishing up, getting ready for those Hive upgrades. One Zergling getting caught out. And I'm worried here for Lambo. The soup does lie. Right now, I mean, I guess the soup does lie for both players. Clem, he has yet to embrace any lurker tech himself. Meanwhile, Lambo is still very marine heavy. very marine heavy here. I feel like he needs to throw away some marines here for Ghosts. How is he just going to get caught out? Speaking of tanks on siege, yeah, tanks get caught out. Lambo, he'll lose all 3 tanks. Bailey's rolling in the right hand side. And Bailey's are connecting. Some better spread there, or better split from Lambo towards the end at least. And Clem, from here, he can back off, he can start morphing in. Now, Lambo, he's secure on 4 bases. We speak about this all the time, specifically on Tokamak, but your 4-base setup is very secure on this map. The 5th base is more difficult. As you can see here, the expansion is being taken, but you can set up lurkers behind the mineral line, and you can abuse this position. It is difficult here for Lambo to expand in either one of these locations. It's on Clem to punish, as Clem has yet to confirm. He hasn't seen the base yet, he doesn't know. He needs to stop it. Meanwhile, Nidus into the main. Lambo, does he notice? He does. Stims on over. Boys are being pulled. Both Nidus swarms are going to be going down. At the same time, Clem pushing into the bases. And Lambo, he's keeping up. Here comes the scan. Who needs Ghosts? You can just focus on the lurkers. Only 2 lunkers. And both lurkers go down. Double Nidus here towards the natural and towards the 3rd. Lambo, he's trying to race back, trying to respond. He'll get 1. What about the other? Uh-oh. Lurkers are inside. Yeah, they're going to be popping out. Ooh, I don't think they should, though. It's going to be a one-way trip, as every lurker here is going to be thrown away. Lancer holding his own. Oh, where's the scan? Where's the scan? Oh god! Bit of a late scan there for Lambo. Does clean up the army. The Nidus swarms are empty. Playing Hydra pushing in. And Lambo, he has money. He just needs a little bit more time to rebuild. And Clem should just be mass expanding from here. Just mass expanding. Saturating all his bases. More Nidus into the main. Lings once again into the middle line. 28 SCV kills. With the help of the lurkers, with the help of the Ling run bys. Speaking of, more Lings into the main. And this is getting out of hand. It's getting out of hand, it's getting out of control. On the one hand, this is really nice harassment, but killing Lambo is a different kind of challenge here for Clem. But again, pushing into these bases is not going to be easy. Except for this one. This is probably the most accessible expansion for Clem. At this stage, especially because Lambo is turtling as hard as he is, I would want to see Clem throw down a Spire and start working towards a greater Spire and upgrades and get ready for like a Broodlord switch. Broodlord into Infestor into Viper. And just the late game army. I said it's one of those things where I don't think Clem enjoys that kind of style. I think he would prefer this more mobile composition, this more like kind of hit and run kind of setup that he has going. Which is understandable, it's just more fun to play. That may hurt him though. Clem does land some connections. Lambo does take some Bailings to the face. Takes them to the face. Clem's on A bases. Clem could do with taking more expansions. We speak about this all the time, and this might come into play, but ideally Clem, he needs to pull away from these hatcheries and start prioritizing the fringe bases. If he doesn't, there is a chance that when Lambo breaks out, that he himself takes his bases for himself, and there are going to be resources left over for him. So that could be a concern, depending on how long the game goes. Clem may just be confident that he can end it early. Or earlier. Takes down both tanks. The production. Lambo does respond. Takes down with Nidus Worms. And finding some more damage here, finding out some ghosts. Yeah, 3 tanks going down, the ghost as well. Does go for the planetary. And Lambo, he does not get these bases up and running. Yeah, Clem, he's at this point pulling Lambo apart. He is doing it. Kills one command center, now going for the other. In a head-on fight, Clem, he cannot hold his own here. Lambo will overwhelm. So Clem, he just has to pull back, has to rebuild. You can see Lambo forcing his way forward. I mean, he is maxed, true. Maxed out. But he's deep on creep. Lambo collapsing. Oh no! The collapsing him from multiple angles. Lambo running into the army. Despite that, he stims forward. He still has plenty of bio. He's moving in. He's moving forward. Go double Nidus into the main. But the tanks, they're bullying back the lurkers. This is where against a tank heavy composition, lurkers struggle. They struggle a lot against this kind of setup. This is where lurkers can be less effective. Does try to rush in. Gets on top of the tanks, not bad. Yeah, tanks are surrounded, all the tanks are cleaned up. Very nice engagement from Clem. He cleans up every single tank. And the mass links putting in so much work. And GG gets called again. Lambo, there's nothing left, there's nothing to hold on to, and Clem, he will take a lead in the series. Whew. GG, they're both smiling. Hold on. But GG, well played. Again, Clem does take a lead in the series. Clem showcasing a Zerg. Not bad, not bad. Again, like I haven't really seen what's Clem, but I should have 8-raxed. True, I don't know why he didn't. As a reminder, like Lambo, he played pretty standard. He did not 8-rax. He got a 4th CC, took his gases, got his own second factory. Lambo, he had some strong moments. He had some strong moments early on, I want to say. But he wasn't quite able to get any of the expansions. Wasn't quite able to break the 4th. And we'll see if this continues. No, okay. Here we go. Lambo, he was like, Nidus Imba. And Clem was like, yes, Imba. But here we go. Okay, now we're going to be getting into our main races here. Let's go. As spawning in the top right-hand corner of Ultra Love, we have the German, now Zerg player representing Shopify Rebellion, playing his main race. It is Lambo. And spawning in the bottom-hand corner, we have some opponent. We have the French Terran player. We have the Red Terran representing Team Liquid, leading the series 1-0. It is Clem. Here we go. Close to sport based layouts, her design movements, kind of like I think for the most part, like Lambo and Clem's off races there were pretty closely matched. I think I would agree with that for sure. Unfortunately, whether it came down to base layout or sometimes late reactions, We saw that Lambo, he was definitely a little bit frazzled by the Nidus Worms. Likewise, he was caught out a couple of times in the center of the map as well. He had some rough engagements overall. But with that, we're settling in. Going to be settling in. And we do have our initial openers here. The turns have tabled. And now it is up to Clem to clean this out, to claim this series, to have his chance at revenge. Again, Clem versus Rainer earlier, it's pretty one-sided. It was pretty one-sided here. Clem was hyper aggressive, and maybe he needs some time to warm up before those grand finals. Meanwhile, I'm sure Rainer is watching. I'm sure he's watching intently, trying to get a feel for how Clem is approaching some of these games, how he's approaching this matchup. And we'll see if Lambo can slow Clem down for his boy. That's the third base is being taken. Bearing in mind, of course, that, you know, Lambo, he's good friends with Rainer. He is his coach at times when need be. He was even coaching him a little bit for EWC after he had been knocked out. It was there for both Cyril and Rainer, for both of them. Here we go. As for now, the openers are standard. And welcome to Ultra Love. And hey, you know, I was expecting an 8-Rax out of Lambo on Tokamak, and he didn't quite do it. Here I expect either an 8-Rax or I expect mech out of Clem. 100%. I expect one or the other. Clem has been playing mech as well in this matchup. He has been going into battle mech, and he has been enjoying it. I mean, every Terran player has, to be fair. So that is something that I'm also going to be keeping my eye open for. But I'm expecting one of the two here, just because of just the aggressive nature of Ultra Love. Likewise, I'm expecting Lambo to open Roach. I expect standard opener into Roaches, into like Roachling Bane in the mid game. That would make the most sense, especially on Ultra Love, but we'll see. What's the deal? They'll play the rest with their main race? I believe so. I believe so. Game one was just to feel each other out a little bit. Just to break the ice, you know, before they spend the rest of the night together. As Reaper does break forward. So now, do you see Clem rotating, poking in? Oh. Let's poke forward. Meanwhile, Clem going for his own Stargate before Starport. Stargate, what? Third CC before Starports, in towards Cloak Banshee. Standard opener so far. Nothing crazy. Rotates into the main. Lambo's keeping up. No major damage yet. And no major signs either. Second Rax. Okay, so we're not playing mech, we're going to Bio. We have a 3-1-1 setup. We're looking for the timing of both eBays. But I feel like we would have seen that already. Likewise, Hellions, they go for the dive into the natural. Lings, they will punish. Yeah, Clem being a little bit too greedy here. Oh, I say that the Lings are cleaned up. Hellions, they go for the middle line. So far, Lambo does react in time. He does pull away. And the Hellions, they barely squeeze past. They squeeze into the main. More volleys going off. More drones going down. Yeah, 5 drones in the main. 6 drones. At the same time, the Banshees do show up. Snipe the Queen. Spores are late. Lambo is being torn apart here. Ay, ay, ay. 8, 9, 10 drones. Did I say 10? 11. GG gets called. Game-ending damage before Lambo can even get into his game. Clem will take a 2-0 lead. GG. Whew. GG well played. Again, you cannot afford to lose that many workers that quickly, that early on. Not at this level of play. Not at this level of play. Again, that is almost unacceptable damage. Or, I mean, it is unacceptable damage. And unfortunately, Lambo couldn't quite recover from that. Potentially you can try to turn that into an all-in if you have a Roach Warren, if you have the tech for that, but there was no tech. There was no tech to work with. There was no option for an all-in. So from there, Clem does extend his lead. And now we're getting into game number 3, and we're hoping for an extended series. We're hoping for a little bit more here, but alas, the pressure is now on Lambo. Maybe Lambo can go to Clem into playing Protoss. Even then, I would favor Clem. Not gonna lie, but it would be fun. It would be fun to see his Protoss against Zerg, which we've heard good things about. For those that are curious, like Clem, his Protoss is actually some of the best in the world. Maybe the best in Europe. You could maybe make an argument for certain matchups at least. But Clem has been very vocal. He said the only thing stopping him from switching to pure Protoss and to just be a Protoss player is PvP. that's the biggest thing stopping him. He's not very fond of PvP. No. But here we go. We're getting into our next game, and spawning in the top left-hand corner of Maganatha, we have the blue Zerg player. We have the German Zerg representing Shopify Rebellion. Down in the series, we'll see if you can bounce back. It is Lambo. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the red Terran player representing Team Liquid from land of France. It is Clem. We go. As we are opening up, and welcome on to Maganatha. Maganatha is is the largest map in the map pool, longer rush distance by ground, and as a result, we do often see longer games on this map. We don't really expect Clem to be anywhere near as successful with his Hellions or with his aggression. Because the map is so large, you can get away with certain greed, and hey, this wouldn't be a bad map to embrace something like Mech on. That is going to be an option once again on the table. I feel like something like an ARAX is less viable on Maganatha, so less bioaggression at least. We'll see. Yeah, we could just resort to drop play and just get into a longer macro game and get up to 4 bases and max out. We'll see how Clem will approach this. And for the most part, my eyes are on Clem. I would say that I would want to see Lambo go for a bit of a roach heavy style, but we didn't see that last game. I was a little bit surprised. I was expecting that to, out of Lambo on some of these smaller maps, but he did not take it. Did not go for it. Now we are moving out. Now we're settling in. It does break in. Oh. In, intercept mineral line. And we'll zone away. Behind this, going for a third CC for starports, economic follow-up, economic opener. And will Clem have some fun with another factory? Will he go into mech? Or will he just play standard? My eyes are on Clem. Now there it is, starport after the CC. From here we can just go into Banshee play. Meanwhile, there it is, Roach Warren out of Lambo. I was expecting this last game. I was expecting this on Ultra Love. I was waiting for the Roaches, but again, we never quite saw them. We're seeing them here, though. A bit of a safer start, so the Reaper does confirm the Roach Warren. Clem is aware. And again, this looks just like a safety Roach Warren, just to be safe, just to secure the early game, just to get into the mid game, just to survive. Again, Roach openers have been very meta, have been very common as of late from players like Serral, players like, here Lambo, Shin, Solar, a lot of the Rogue, a lot of the Korean Zerg players, they all open up Roach nowadays in this matchup, just to be safe. And if you notice, no link speed. No link speed here from Lambo. This tells us that most likely he does plan on going into Roaches, then in towards Ultra Tech, in towards Hive Tech, then into link speed, Bailings, Ultras. So I'm leaning towards Bio play out of Clem. But yeah, Roach into Ultra has just been very, very common as of late. I say Ultra, technically this could be Roach in towards Lurker Tech. Like, that is also a viable option. Is available here to Lambo, if he so chose to. You thermal made them do it. Let's go. Maybe Lurker. Lurker, the only indication of Lurker Tech is if we get into +2 range. +1 range and then into +1 melee is like standard. If he gets into +2 range, would be rare. That would be the kind of the tell for Lurkers. So far, Carapace is what you want against Fire. If we see Link Speed, then that's another sign it's going to be Ultras. As Hellions, they attempt to go for the dive. Nice wall. Lambo does wall off. Does wall up. Does not allow the Hellions in. And the Hellions are forced back. So far, nice defense here from Lambo. As Hellions, no, they double back around. Ooh, and they do get in. This time they do get into the mineral line. Roaches are trying to keep up, and they're locked in. Yeah, the Hellions, they're locked in. Nice setup here from Lambo. He will clean up these Hellions. He will defend. He will survive. Hellions are cleaned up. Again, baits him into the mineral line, but no, he let it finish. He let the Evo Chamber finish. So he'll have to kill it himself. Unfortunately, a little bit of a waste there from Lambo. Meanwhile, I believe the Banshees would go down. Okay. Cleans up the Banshees. Roach speed is on the way. There it is. There's that link speed. So as we mentioned, if you see link speed on the way, then that is indicative of Ultras. So link speed into a Bailey Nest, infestation bits into a second Evo chamber. This all screams Roaches into Ultra. Or into Link Bane, then into Ultra Tech. So we have confirmation. So Lambo just throwing it all down at once. But again, we'll see if he can survive the aggression of Clem. As Clem does start to step in, takes on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Roaches. Aye. The target firing there is brutal. Again, Baneling speed is on the way. He needs a little bit more time to get into that Link Bane army, which just trades better against fire. Hive is on the way. From there, we can get in towards that Ultra Tech, Vipers as well. See BKRQQ. I'm on site in Krakow. Oh, you can say hello to the other Ducklings. Look for the people in CranKy Ducklings jerseys. They're in the crowd. You can say Shema to the Ducklings. Here we go. We do have a triple jump here towards the left-hand side. Double jump on the right. Lambo trying to keep up. He will lose the expansion. Fourth base does go down. At the same time, drones are falling as well. 5 drone kills, gets into the mineral line, and Lambo is being pulled apart before he can reach his final form. 11 drones go down. Aye. There's that +1 melee. Again, as we mentioned, he's working towards the melee upgrades. There's the Ultra Cavern as well, but he needs more time to get there. And he lost the base. He lost the expansion. So Lambo is stumbling his way into the late game. His power spike was meant to be Ultras, but he's not really set up for it. Not anymore. And unfortunately, he's been stuck at home defending, right? He's been stuck at home. Clem freely expanding, freely saturating. No upgrades is going to be rough. This is pretty standard. This is like pretty meta. When it comes to the build, I should say. Not standard to lose bases and to lose workers. But like the build itself. As we have our initial blinding cloud covering the tanks, not bad. Ling Bane rolling on forward, and Lambo, he will shut down the first push. Let's go. Forcing back Clem. Is being forced back. Behind this Clem, does he have any defensive setup? It's the reinforcements are on the way. Liberation's being set up. Here come the Wiles. Gets one Liberator. Clem, he does hold. Lambo, he does buy a little breathing room. Forces him all the way back. Oh, we'll lose one of the Vipers. Viper does full. Ultra production has begun. He needs more time. He needs those Ultras. He needs to buy time for Clandestine Plating. Buy time for the Ultra Tech. Clem is counterattacking. Ooh, catching all the Ravagers. Getting 1, 2, 3, up to 4, 5 Ravagers going down. Bailing's morphing in just in time. But another hatchery is going to get picked up. Oh, but it survives. I spoke too soon. And hatchery goes down. Lambo getting caught with his pants down. Again, he just wasn't ready with his Banelings in time to protect his Ravagers. And again, even though Lambo, he's getting to those Ultras, he's still stumbling his way there. Now, the one downside for Clem, of course, is his lack of ghosts. He's seen Ultras for quite some time. He's going into Mass Liberator and a very Marauder-heavy composition. So far, he spreads nicely. One Liberator goes down. At the same time, very nice in counterattack. Takes on 10 SCVs. Oh. The Ultras, they just melt. Yeah, the Ultras go down. Clem does start to step in. Catching out all the Queens. And this might just be it here. As we have pure Lings to try to deal with this. No Banelings. Yeah, no Banelings. The Bio Army does stand strong. Oh. As the Ultra does trickle in. Ultra goes down as well. And Clem's just rallying. Clem at this point, he's just rallying across the map. He scans, sees lack of saturation. Now we have some Infestors for Fungals, but that's also delayed. Would have been useful. Would have been so useful earlier. So here comes the new rally. The boys, they pull into the main army. GG gets called, and Clem, he will take the series 3-0. He will overwhelm, and he will advance on to the grand finals. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Congratulations here as I'll show it off here. Huh. GG, as Clem, he does claim the series. He does take down Lambo 3-0. Strong showing there again. Lambo, unfortunately, he wasn't quite able to get their eyes. They do shake their hands. Beautiful, beautiful. Going over the games. Again, they're good friends. And again, they were able to have some fun in game one with their off race. But alas, Lambo, he wasn't quite able to get into his final form. Again, the big strength of going Roach into Ultra is that Ultra power spike. But Lambo didn't successfully get there without sustaining a lot of losses. Remember, he lost 11 drones on the right-hand side. He lost his hatchery on the left-hand side as well. He was sustaining a lot of losses to the drop play, which he needed to be on top of. He needed to be able to split up his army, defend his bases, successfully defend, successfully turtle up until he could reach those Ultras. Then he can get that power spike and snowball out of control, gain map control, and counterattack. We saw some decent fights out of him after that, but he just stumbled his way into that game state. It was just far too much damage, and Clem just overwhelmed. GG. GG, well played with that. congratulations to Clem as he does advance on into the next round, and we have the grand finals remaining. I don't know if they have planned any kind of special ceremony for the finals. That I'm not so sure about. But regardless, GG well played. I'll pay the predictions. Pay them out. Let's go. As the players, they need some time. The players, of course, they do need some time here. Do need some time to set up, to get ready to conduct their vetoes, and to jump into our fresh best of 5. Sorry, best of 7. Best of 7 for the finals, of course. Best of 7. I'm the guy with the sun and tons of cons for cheering. Oh, let's go. Let's go. Good to hear. Good to hear. Did Rainer watch Lambo's games with Clem? I'm sure he did. I'm sure he was watching. I mean, Rainer, he already beat Clem once in this tournament, so I'm sure he's ready to go again. I'm sure Clem wants that rematch as well against Rainer. I'm sure he wants it. So with that, we're going to be cutting to a break. We're going to be cutting to a break here, and when we come back, we'll have the grand finals. It is going to be a rematch between Clem and Rainer. Rainer, he already beat Clem previously in this tournament. Can he do it again? Can Clem get his revenge? Oh boy, it's been a very long tournament, very, very long event. We're 12 hours in, and we still have one more best of 7 to conclude the Fusion Esports League Cracov 2025. We'll see you soon. We'll see you soon after the break.